Right, I've got my script, water, very important, but most importantly, I've got some coffee and my notes. Bear with me a second just while I get this pressed. Shout out to all the cafetiere drinkers out there. Where's the thing? Oh, here we go. So in this video today, we're going to be talking about how to learn monologues fast. Oh, okay, we are good to go. Have you ever had one of those recurring dreams where it's so vivid that you literally feel like you were involved in that dream? You can feel everything and you can see it so clearly that when you wake up, it takes you a few seconds to realize you're okay. It's the reality and you're not living in this dream world. Well, every so often, I have this recurring dream about performing that just freaks me out entirely. I'm about a week away from the opening night of Macbeth, and I've been cast as the role of Macbeth. Fantastic, what a lovely role to play. The problem is I don't know my lines and I haven't committed any time to going through them prior to the performance, but there's like a week to go in the dream, so it's like absolutely fine, loads of time. And what's that, 7 days, 24 times 7? I got ages, I got loads of hours. But of course it's a dream world, and inside the dream world, time kind of just goes like that with both fingers. And before I know it, those 7 days have just gone by in the blink of an eye. And I'm literally standing in the wings in full Shakespearean attire, ready to go on stage, dreading that first line because I have no idea what I'm gonna say. If you are here for the first time, welcome to the channel. In this video, we're gonna be starting to look at methods and strategies for learning lines quickly, more specifically, monologues. It might be for an audition, a callback, you might have a scripted exam coming up, or you might just like learning lines for fun. Anyway, I have one technique that I'm going to share with you that I think really works later on in the video. But before we get to that, let's quickly fly through a few other techniques for learning lines fast so that you can get off the book and into the role. Oh, that's good. That's good. Off the book and into the role. The first really quick method, and it's an obvious one really, but repetition. The more that you read through your lines, the more you're going to remember them. But break it up, use bite-sized chunks and just repeat those lines until it kind of sinks in and you can remember it. And then kind of forget about it for a bit, move on to the next line. So if I was to take this monologue here, which is, you know, it's a good hefty A4 page, I'm going to start with those first 2 lines. Is this a dagger which I see before me, the handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I'm going to use a pen, actually. Is this a dagger that I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. Script goes away. Is this a dagger I see before my hand? No, which I see before me? Clutch toward my hand? No, the handle toward my hand. The handle toward my hand. I'm just going to repeat it. Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. There we go, repeat that and then just keep cycling it until you feel you're fairly confident with it and then forget about it. Move on to the next line. Repeating it, practice it, move on. Repeat it, practice it, move on. The more you go through it, you can start to chunk those smaller chunks together until you're memorizing paragraphs at a time and then eventually the whole thing. There we go, that's number 1, repetition. Number 2, write it out. Some people really find this quite helpful to actually write it out. Is this a dagger? The handle toward my hand. And again, similar process, just write it out, familiarize yourself with the words that you're writing, and sometimes that really sticks. The third method you can use is something called mnemonics. Let me just get you a definition of what mnemonics is. Okay, mnemonic device meaning. Let's have a look. A mnemonic device or memory device is a learning technique that aids information retention or retrieval. So basically just remembering stuff in the human memory for better understanding. So effectively, you're coming up with a system that allows you to recall certain pieces of information. Now, if we go back to our writing task from tip 2, a mnemonic device that I might use would be pictures. So as I'm writing this out, is this a dagger I see before me? Then I'm thinking about a picture of a dagger. Here we go. Looks like a sword. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, in fact, let me just put some drops of blood on there just to make sure. The handle toward my hand. I'm going to draw an arrow. My drawing is it's terrible. Come, let me clutch thee. Now, clutch in my mind rhymes with crutch. So I'm going to draw a crutch. And there we go. Those first 2 lines have been condensed into visual pictures that I can remember. Dagger, hand, crutch. Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come let me clutch thee. And again, going through your monologue, drawing pictures to create that mnemonic device is sometimes really helpful. The third way is just simply highlighting stuff, and sometimes seeing things visually, or you might have different color codes for different topics or different tones. I might choose to go through this monologue and highlight different sections in different colors to help me remember it in a different way. Now, if none of those work, let's get some water here. Goodbye, coffee. So if none of those are going to work for you, try this. Use an audio recording and listen to it every single day. Because ultimately we're trying to get all of these words into our subconscious. Because at this stage in learning the lines, you're not really focused on actually getting into character and playing with the tone and the volume and the pitch and the physicalization of it. This stage in learning lines, it's all about just getting these words on this page into your brains so that you can forget about learning lines and start acting. But the way I like to do that is create an audio recording. And then every single day, it could be that you're driving somewhere, you're on the bus, or it could be that you're waiting in a queue in a shop to buy a jumper. I don't know, whatever it is, you can just chuck your headphones in and just listen to the words. So all you need to do is go to a voice memos app on your phone, and all you're going to do at this stage is you're going to read through the words. Don't worry too much about how it sounds, you're just reading the words. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. Too cold breath gives. And then there's like a bell. I'll find the sound effect for that in a minute. I go, the bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell. So there I have it. I've got now my audio recording of this monologue. Now that's the first time I've gone through it. You might want to do that a few times until you get a sense of the words and that you're happy with the words that you've put down. And that won't take you very long. You can now chuck your headphones in and wherever you go, just hit play and just spend a few minutes every single day listening to that, repeating it and reciting it, and I guarantee you, you will remember that monologue quickly. So I'm going to set myself a challenge. I'm going to try and learn this monologue within the next 7 days, and I'll see if I can recite it to camera in a follow-up video. If you have enjoyed this video, then do leave a like and drop a comment if you've got any other strategies or techniques or tips on how you learn lines fast so that everybody in this community can learn from you as well. But anyway, I've got some lines to learn, so I will see you in the next video. Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand.